Hi, welcome to Christy's Stampin' Spot. I'm Christy. I'm a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator here in the United States. Hope everyone is having a lovely Thursday. You know, it has been a crazy week for me. I know I'm on a little bit late for Thursday. I've been trying to get on here at 10:30, and it's like noon now. So, but I knew I needed to get on and show you I have something super awesome. I was hoping to do it on YouTube, but we are going to make a really pretty card with the new one horse open sleigh suite. So I'm so excited to show you guys this new suite. It is in pre-order now for demonstrators. So let me go ahead and turn you guys down. Awesome. Okay. So, I've got a lovely shadow on this on my page. So, it is June 22nd, so it's the Thursday. I hope everyone is having a great Thursday. The wind has really picked up outside, although we're at summer. But we're going to do a little Christmas today, even though it's getting pretty hot out there, even though our wind has picked up. But I am going to show you guys this really fabulous suite. Now, this is going to be available starting July 6th for everyone, and it is actually in pre-order and now for demonstrators. So the bundle is called Horse and Sleigh, and of course it has this really pretty stamp set with, and it is photopolymer. It has really pretty trees, a cute little bunny, and then the sayings are wishing you a season of cheer and a happy new year, sending warmth your way. And so it's got like a little snow, and there's a joyful, and then this lovely horse and sleigh, as well as this is like a little, you could do like, I guess it's what, snow mounds, right? Or snow drifts, or road. It's super cute. So that is the stamp set. And the dies are also called horse and sleigh. And like I said, you can get the bundle now if you're a demonstrator. And then, of course, you can also get the whole suite starting. Oh, do I have it on the back of my thing? I do right here. The whole suite starting July 6th. Or you can get the bundle. And these are the dies. Let's get the dies out. Are these fabulous? Okay, so you can see this is one die for the sleigh and the horse. You know, it's a pretty big stamp that for this one. So I'm going to show you guys a little trick to make sure we get that right. But look at, they have, this is also, if you wanted to die cut, that's a little piece. You can go on your sleigh, which is exciting. And they have a couple little snow mounds. This looks like it could be reins. Then you have a tree that is an extra die. And then you have one that cuts out both. You have a die that cuts out both of the trees as well as the rabbits. We're actually just going to be using this one today and the designer series paper. So we also are going to use the snowflakes. We actually have the designer series paper, which is so beautiful. Let me go. I've already pulled out. It is a 6x6 pack. So you get 48 sheets, 4 of each kind. They are so pretty, double-sided. And it has kind of this photo quality. I don't know if you guys have seen these. Isn't that beautiful? So it has a snow one side, and then the other side is like a nice red. The colors are real red, mossy meadow. I'm trying to read what that one says. Can't even read my own thing here. And misty moonlight. It looks like crumb cake, early espresso, and is it boho blue? It can't be. I'm trying to read what this says on here. My printer is just not, even when I put it on the best quality, it never wants to give me what I'm doing. I literally can't read that. I wonder if I need my other glasses. I know I'm old now that I can't read my own. Oh, it's pool party. Ugh. And I knew that. Okay, pool party. I can't even read the thing. And then I actually have like the little paper, and I spent, well, probably 30 minutes trying to find it. I don't know what I did with the fabulous sheet. So if you guys get when you get your designer series paper, the sheet that has like how many pieces are in it and what the colors are on it, don't lose that. I lost it. I set it somewhere where I wouldn't lose it, and then I totally lost it. But anyway, you can get the designer series paper. It's super gorgeous, as well as the snowflake adhesive back snowflake collection is also a part of that suite. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? There you can see that there's got the early espresso, and there's the pool party. So pretty. And then there's some of the real red. It's a lovely background. There's some of that gorgeous wood panel. And then, oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that super cute? The little fox. Love of love. And then here you almost have like a sunrise or sunset. It's so pretty. You can see the shadows. It's really nice. There's crumb cake at the back. This one's got a lovely blue back. And then the inside, this is, I guess, a hillside with the snow. Isn't that pretty? Love of love. And then this one is, look at that. What I really love is, look at, it's got a little bit of that color here at the top. It's so pretty. A cute little doe. Is that sweet? Bambi. Very pretty. In the back, it's got this mossy meadow. We've got another wood piece. And then, isn't that pretty? Almost like a frozen lake almost. So pretty. I love the colors of the sky. It's got, they always have a hint of color. And then this is you're taking the photo down through the trees with the little footprints. It's kind of cool. And then there's another lovely stripe. And this looks like Misty Moonlight and Crumb Cake maybe on there. And then this is one of the two, I think there might only be one that's really kind of Christmassy, because it has a Christmas wreath, so it has the little lights. That's pretty. So I would say this pack is great for Christmas, but you don't need to use it for Christmas. It just has the one piece, really. And then this one, look at that with the little red leaves. So pretty, and it definitely has, hopefully you guys can see that variation of color. It's very light with the yellow, kind of yellowish and the pinkish color tones in there. It's so pretty. And then this side has got green. And then here's lovely trees. And this is actually the piece that we're going to use today. But we're actually going to use this piece. And I really love it. It has some green undertones, and we're going to use Lost Lagoon with that, which is so pretty. And it's got a little tree. So pretty. And then the last piece is this one, which is definitely the snow scene. See all that snow in the foreground, as well as the background with the trees and like the little gate. And this could be like a road or even like the edge of a pond. It's really pretty. I think there's a lot we can do with this. So gorgeous. I love this designer series paper. So pretty. So again, it's a 48 sheet pack, and you get 4 of each of those designs, 6x6 designs. So nice and lovely. So let's put that up there. Like I said, we're going to use that one piece of paper. So one of the best parts about being a demonstrator is that we can order early. So I was able to order that whole suite. We also have another suite, a bundle. The Timeless Charming bundle is also one that's in pre-order that will be available starting July 6th. And I don't know if you've seen it's not on this one, but on the little preview that they gave us, they showed there's going to be a truck punch. So we know that's coming. So there'll be even products that we can't even see yet, July 6th. So make sure you put it down and check back, because that's going to be awesome. Let's go ahead and make this card. Okay, so we're going to make this one right here, which I think is a lovely Christmas. We're going to use that one, the sleigh and the cute little horse. And then on the designer series paper, and then we've got a couple of the new snowflake adhesives on there. So first we need is and it's going to be a book fold, which I don't always do the book folds. And we're of course going to make it landscape instead of portrait. But 8.5 and 11, 8.5 by 11 cardstock is what I start with of my Lost Lagoon, and I'm actually going to cut it at in half. So it's going to be 8.5 by 5.5, and then I score it at 4 1/4, and that's what's going to give us our book fold. And then I'm going to need a piece of basic white for my inside layer, and I always do those at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and I'll go right in here. And then for my top panel, I'm actually going to use, because this design series is so gorgeous, so I cut this one a little bit different than this one. On this one, I don't know if you can see, I cut some pieces off this edge. I cut the piece of 6x6 this side. So it is, what, second, oh no. So it's summer. My allergies are always bad. I cut it so it was short on this side, but for this time I actually made it on this side. So I've cut it shorter on this side, so I'm going to use a piece that matches this to go on the inside of my card. And on this one, I went the other way. I did the back side, which is this one. And it does have a cute little tree, but I kept that in this time on this piece and cut it the other way. So when you're cutting your 6x6, make sure you decide which side you'd like, although it looks good with both, I think. With this signature paper is pretty. And then I did take some a little bit off the top and only a little bit off the bottom so that it'll fit. But because this is so pretty, I don't have an extra border. I usually put 2 borders in, like I mount this on another sheet. But instead, I cut this one at my 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, just so I can have that full piece there, so I can get the most out of this gorgeous designer series paper, because it's so pretty, and just letting it do all the work is, the best. So I'm just going to glue that down, and then I'm going to stamp my one horse open set. So we're only going to need to do stamp our sentiment and our sleigh. So let's go ahead and get that out. Like I said, it is photopolymer. So there's a couple of tricks. I know that usually when you get your photopolymer out, especially if you're not going to use a dye, when you pull it off, you can sometimes change the shape. And like I said, let it set and reform. But also I find that it's important, especially when you're using a dye. If you're going to use a dye, you want to make sure that, especially with the feet and stuff, it's in the right place, right? So when you do it, you want to make sure that, look at that, it looks like it's right where it needs to be. Yeah, it hasn't moved too much off of the thing. So I like to use this just to check to make sure that, because you want to make sure you can die cut out your horse and your sleigh. And then for this one big one, if you don't have the stamparatus, it actually works pretty good without the stamparatus with the, I think it's the eye block, So if you don't have the eye block, you can use it with the really huge one, but I think the eye block is the best. And then I set it down, and you're going to do it just on the edges, because it barely fits this block, but it really does. I find that it works really well if you can get one that actually will fit your image, so it's not like super big, so you're not clunking. With my hands, it's easier for me to not have too much to hold on to. The less the better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use Pebble Path. I love this Pebble Path. It's so pretty. Of course, you can use Memento Black, because I am going to color these. I know that usually I use Memento Black when I color with Stampin' Blends, but you can do it with, you know what, I was just thinking, just as I was putting this down, I needed to have used my, let's see if I can do it better on another sheet. I bet you it looks pretty. Oh yeah, that looks great. Let's see if I can do it and make it even better difference. Let's see, on this other sheet with the cushion. I like to use the cushion, especially with these bigger images, or sometimes even with when you're doing script, because you need this extra cushion. We don't have the extra cushion with these, so we can see through them. You guys see that? So let's see. Put it on there good. Get it nice and inked. Just gonna put that down. Hold that. Looks pretty, right? Oh yeah, look how gorgeous. Although here I forgot to use it, but you can see the difference just a little bit, right? So see how much more solid. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can set this down. Close this up. I'll pull it up to you guys. So without the cushion, it still looks good. Like, it still looks really awesome. But there's a little bit more like space missing, so it's not as dark in little spaces. But when I use my matte, look how clean that looks. Awesome. Okay, although I made it really close to the edge. You should do it a little bit less close to the edge, but it should be okay. Okay. So then and definitely because it's so big, when you do this, you want to make sure that you use some Post-it tape to hold it down. So I'm actually going to do some Post-it tape, and I'm going to pull up my mini, because this will actually go through the mini. be awesome. I'm going to use some Post-it tape to make sure you get your die down. Because it's so big, you have to wobble it. I mean, you need to make sure you're lining up both sides, right? Okay, my Post-it tape. Grab my mini, and I have the blue boho mini, which you guys can get, which is so exciting, right? You guys can get the boho mini. I love. They're so cute, these minis. And they're lovely to have when they can fit. Okay, and so with the mini, it's a little bit different using the regular one. So you need to make sure you get your white down. It goes on a plate, your cutting plate. So your base plate, which is the 1, then you put your cutting plate, which is a 2, and then you put your other 2 on top, and then you can run it through. Maybe if I can get it. I feel like I need to stand up. I need to turn it the other way, actually. There we go. I see it's caught. I feel like I'm trying not to let it roll. Okay, I'm gonna stand up. I have to stand up to get it to go. There we go. Ah! I've moved it. So you gotta make sure it's lined up as I moved it more than it moved as I slid down on my oh no. I'm just having a terrible time. I don't know if you guys can hear that wind too is going, or it's just the squeaking of my, what have I done? It really works. I do it all the time. Oh my gosh. No, it goes this way. Actually, you can do it either way. I'm right-handed, so I need to do it one way, and I'm trying not to woggle the table. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to do it. Got my thing right. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to. I'm moving all my things out of the way. That is the only problem with my the way how my desk laid out. I knew I shouldn't have tried it. Okay. Let me put it. I'm going to do it on my big one. Because I cannot seem to do it while I'm sitting down. I probably could have run the little ones down through there, but I'm not gonna. Make sure that it's not there. Put it on the cutting plate. And then I have my other cutting plate. Isn't that funny? You always have technical difficulties when you're doing it live, right? You do it 100 times the other way and it's fine. Then you try to do it live and then it doesn't work. It still wobbles. I was hoping it wasn't going to wobble as much, but there you go. It works. I don't know why I couldn't get that little one to work. I think I need to practice more. I'm trying to do it on camera. Look how easy. Look how pretty. If you can get it to work. You're good at doing the little one. I have a friend that uses her little one all the time. I need to practice more with mine. There you go. So just make sure that when you're going through, even though I even had to change machines, the tape held it on nice. And I really like how nice this the stamp is. Now I've moved all of my things, all of my paper all moved. There we go. Awesome sauce. Okay. Awesome. So now we just need to clean it. But look, it came out so pretty. Love. Okay, so let's make it a little bit bigger. You guys can see how I'm going to color them. I'm going to not do it like, it's not going to take a lot of time to color. I'm going to, so for my horse, I'm going to use some gray granite. I'll do the gray granite first, and I am going to use a little bit of the black Stampin' Blend on the bottom. But because I didn't do this in Memento ink, you need to be careful not to let it bleed too much. But because I used the gray on the gray, it looks pretty good. But so So I need to use the dark gray on his mane with a little bit of dark gray, the gray granite on his little feet. Love, 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 right? And on these little shaded areas, the stamp does so much of the work for you. Most of the work. I love this. Coloring makes me happy. Just after the stress of trying to and failing to do that little one. Confirm that. Do a little bit on spots. It's nice. And then I'm going to use the light to color them in. See, that wasn't that hard. And then I do like to use the brush end to kind of do most, especially if I have a bigger area. Although I tend to use the bullet end the most. Sometimes forget to use my brush. But you can really get a nice, smooth stroke with the brush end. So pretty. You guys hear the trucks go by too just now. I don't know if Mike is strong enough to pick it up. Man, the wind was really picking up. It was fine. It was lovely this morning. My pool is starting to get warm. It's fantastic. But then the wind came up, and I was afraid, but I checked, and it seemed like my internet was good. I did get to talk to my bestie this morning, too. She is in Atlanta with kids doing fabulous things for school. She's chaperoning. Is that pretty? Awesome. Skills USA things in Atlanta. They got to go to a soccer game last night. And granted, everything I know about soccer I learned from Ted Lasso. But apparently, I'm not the only one. That was a thing last night. I was talking about that. And they ended with 2-2. Apparently, that's normal, but it's funny. They were talking about that because of the last season of Ted Lasso. Okay, so I'm going to use black on his hooves. This is dark smoky slate. Did I not grab the black? This is light smoky slate. No, here it is. Here's a light black. And I rarely use the dark black. I almost always use the light black. The black is really black. As you can see, right? Look how dark the light black is. But it is nice for his hooves. I guess I could have probably... Oh, we don't really have an early espresso. If I had an early espresso stamp and blend, I might have used that. But it looks good. Just that little bit of black. And then I'm going to use the boho blue. I'm going to use the dark boho blue. I'm going to use the boho blue for his reins. And for... I'm going to use the same thing on my sled as well. So I'm just going to do his bridle in the boho blue. This gives it a little bit of color. I don't need too much, so just that two thing. And there you go. I'm done with the horse. And now for my sleigh, I'm going to go ahead and I do use the darker for this edge. Probably could have used the brush end. I will use the brush end, the light one for this. So that is that one. So a bit of the dark first. And I'm going to get the light boho blue out. I love light boho blue. I think this one might still be on, I think it was on Unorderable. Hopefully you guys got your boho blue, but they'll be back soon. Hopefully it won't be too long before these are back in stock. I think everyone's really loving the new ink colors. I am loving them. They're so much fun. Really do help pull our color palette out, I think. Blend. I love blends so much. I'm so excited about the blends. Blends are my favorite. And as you can see, right, sometimes... Oh! Hi, Emma. Oh, I'll be able to see stuff on here. Yay! Okay. My daughter's on there, so hopefully you guys are hearing me good. So you guys see my debacle with trying to use the small one. As you can tell, I don't use it very often. Because I love my big one, but I was trying. I have used it in the past. Quite a bit, actually. More so. I love the blue one. It's so pretty because it's boho blue. I totally freaked myself out. Okay, so I colored it first in the dark, and then I went with the light, and then I went back over with the dark. So the way the blends, they really do, you can actually add the colors on, and it's lovely. I love adding the colors. I just love to gorgeous. I mean, almost as much. I love it more than fussy cutting, although I made a couple of Father's Day cards with that fish paper, the Let's Go Fishing, and they have some really pretty fish. And I don't have the stamp set, but I fussy cut. I like fussy cut the whole page, and I think I used 3 fish on my card that I was using. I did all of them. But once I get started, I just can't stop. Okay, so I'm going to use for their clothes. I'm going to use some ivory for the skin tone, and then I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon, and I decided I wanted to do that because there seems to be a lot of green in this designer series paper, and so I want to bring that green out. And I love Lost Lagoon. I don't really need and it matches. That's why I decided to use that for my uh, card base, because look at all that lovely green. So this is going to go, when we get it colored, it'll go right here. So I want to make sure I add some green to my people here. So let's see, I'm going to use a light. This is the light. Oh no, this is the dark sea foam. I want the light sea foam, which is really light. I'm use it for them. It looks like this is like a muff. It looks like that's a muff. And for their collar here, a little ball on the hat, just like that. And then I think this one I colored the light. I have to look at how I've done it. There we go. Awesome sauce. I think I used light green on top of that for this right here. There we go. And then I used, this is the light Lost Lagoon for that part of the hat. And I'm like looking at my other card for to how I do it, because I can't tell. I have a hard time how to use my other glasses on top of these glasses. That's the only thing. Sometimes it's hard to tell where all the things are. So these are like a blanket. I kind of want to add a couple extra colors, but I want to make sure. Let's see. That's the top part. Yeah. So that's with the light. And it's okay with when you use the light, because you can go over the light with the dark, and it does change the color a little bit, so you can show some variation. I do love the green, so I wanted to make sure I am using the bullet point. And I'm not really coloring on top of the lines, because remember I used the ink and not Memento Black. I didn't really use Memento Black. And so sometimes, especially if you're using lighter colors, the ink will bleed. Luckily, I'm just using I'm using more darker colors, then it doesn't matter. I'm just going back over it with the light, doing a little bit of shading. Doesn't take too much. I'm going to go back to the hats. And I'm going to start hat here. Look at that. Isn't that cute? It's actually not, probably don't need to be as precious either as I was with doing these. There we go. And that's it. So now it just needs some Wink of Stella, because of course Wink of Stella is the thing. I love Wink of Stella. And so for let's see, I always check. Okay, so it's gonna go. I'm just gonna do a little bit of wink right here on the edge of the sleigh, on this front edge here, and then I'm just gonna do a little bit on the horse's eye, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit to his mane and tail, just because his little furry feet, the hooves, a little bit of the not mane. I don't know what is there a name for that. The shag down there by their hooves. I don't remember if that's got a name, but isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, it turned out so lovely. Okay, so let's glue it on here, and then we'll do our sentiment. So I need some glue. So we're going to glue on our front panel, and I remember I cut it 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, so it's only going to be 1/8 on here. So you can use the most of that designer shears paper. Pretty. So pretty. I wanted to have the tree is now going to be more in the middle. Now what I did do is I'm just going to glue this down. So I glued it down instead of popping it up, and then I popped up the sentiment. Only because I didn't want to have so much popping out. Love it when we pop out, but sometimes pop too much out, it catches. Wasn't sure. Really wanted it to catch. This is pretty. They're so cute. And again, you probably don't have to even color all of this. I could have probably just colored a little bit. I'm just going to place him down there so it's like on the road, so it's pretty low down. Like it's passing by. Cute. A pretty little tree. Lovely. Just like that. And then we need our sentiment. So I've already die cut out a Stitch Stylish Shapes banner in the Lost Lagoon. And I've already cut a strip of the basic white. So I'm actually going to stamp my sentiment close to this edge. And then I'm just going to fussy cut it closed. And then I'm going to actually fussy cut the edge of my stitched. So it doesn't have both banner. It's going to be close and caught to the top. So you can see how I have that. It's just right like that. So this one is sending warmth your way. So let's get out. And I'm using the H. The H. And it's better if I try to make it even and set it. Oh, you can't really see it. Let me see if I can make it bigger. So you can see. So I've set it down here right along this edge so it's easy for me. And then I'm going to pick it up so it's already straight, right? So I've got it on as straight as I can get it. And then I'm going to stamp it, and I'm going to use, again, the Pebble Path. Let's glue away so I don't get glue everywhere. That's like my biggest part. Is I get glue everywhere. Okay. So, and then we want to make sure I have my Stampin' Mat. Here we go, Stampin' Pierce mat. And I've got, this is half of one. I cut it in half so it's lower on my space. I'm going to ink up my stamp. And then I'm going to stamp it right here where you guys can see. And then when I stamp it down, and this is at 7/8 of an inch. So it's not completely an inch. Just like that. Lift it. So if you let it set for a little bit, it lets your ink adhere to your paper. Okay. So I want to make sure, I want to have a little bit of an edge. So if you wanted it shorter, you can always use your paper snips. And I did it at the 7/8 because it fits right in between the two stitch lines. Just like that. So I almost want, so I think I want to cut a little bit off. So I'm just going to use my paper slips. Just a little bit thinner. So I start at 7/8, but I don't really want it to be 3/4. I think 3/4 might be too much. So let's see. I want it to go right kind of in between. Just like that. Very nice. Okay, I'll cut that off. And I'm going to glue it on, and then I'm going to place it on my card front and see where I want it to cut. And then I'll just cut them together so that it's easy. Okay. Here we go. Love my paper snips. There we go. So I'm just going to, so you can see what I'm doing. Get that out of the way. Alright, so let's move it. And the glue gives me a little bit of wiggle room, which is nice. I never get it on right the first time. Okay. So then I can look at this. I am going to pop this one up on dimensionals, but you want to cut it before you pop it up. You want to trim it. So you want to see where you want it to go. Probably about like that. So I'm going to try to make it so that you have as much of the sending on both sides, right? So it's about, you see it where it's kind of even. There we go. Or you can always use your trimmer if you're uncomfortable with using your paper snips, but I love, once you start using your paper snips, I love using paper snips, especially with sentiments. So just like that, awesome sauce. Okay, so then we just need some, I need a little Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's put that on here. And I actually am going to cut one of my Stampin' Dimensionals in half to put on the edges. And I mean, you don't really need to put it all the way on the edge, right here and here, but I just want to give it a little bit more stability. So you could just use a half of one, or you could just cut one in half. And I'm just going to cut it in half. And it will fit just like that. And then I'm going to put one right there. Just like that. Muy bien. Yeah, these are cute, right? It's lovely. So you can totally, if you're getting a sentiment that's wide, but you don't want it to be that long, yeah, just cut it off. It looks lovely. Then put that back where you want it to go. Just like that. Super cute. Super easy. And that's nice. And that's kind of fun on that side. And then, which that looks great just by itself, but man, these new adhesive snowflakes are pretty awesome. So these are also part of that suite. Like I said, when you buy the suite, it comes in the collection, or you can get these, of course, separately, starting July 6th, unless you're a demonstrator. And I love that it comes in 3 different types, so almost like 3 different sizes. Really tiny ones, and it's in the white, the gold, and I guess it's copper. I guess it's copper or bronze. I think it's copper. And then it has, so these ones are slightly different. Can you see that those are slightly, let's see, they're slightly different than the tiny ones. And then the really big ones, you get 2 whole things of each. So it's a lot. How many, does it say how many is on here? Yeah, 90 snowflakes, which is a lot of snowflakes, but getting different sizes. And they're a little different shaped, which is really nice. So it really does shape up the variety. So I'm going to take your pick tool, and I'm going to get a small one off. Put a small one right here on the edge of my, put one right here, and then I'm going to put a really big one right here. And then I'm going to take the one that's just a little bit bigger, a medium-sized one, and I'm going to tuck it so like a little bit of it underneath my sentiment, just like that. You guys see that? Isn't that pretty? I love all those, and it's just enough shine. And you can add a bunch of them to this, but I think just that enough is just fabulous. Love, love, love. Okay. All right, so now we're done with our front. Now let's do our inside, and let's see what I've done with my inside layer. And so when I cut my designer series paper, like I said, I made this measurement is 5 1/4. So I took, or 5 3/8. So I took the side that's off and kept that piece, so I can put it on the inside. And then the bottom piece, because I do have to cut, I used that piece. This is where this goes. Like this. I'm going to make that be the bottom on the inside. I think it's this way. There it goes. See, that's the shadow of, there's like a shadow. So this bottom piece here is what I'm going to put on the inside. On the inside of, the back of the card, I'm sorry, not the inside. But I'm going to put this piece, which would be the piece that goes right here. I'm going to continue it on here, and I did cut it at 4, I think it's at 4, because this is 3 7/8 wide. So I've cut this at 4, and it's still the 1 inch. Or actually, I don't know if it's exactly 1 inch. Let's see. I think it is. Half inch. The half inch? Yeah. Actually, no, it's actually 6. So it's um, 5 eighths inches. That's how much that is. Because I just use that whole other edge on there. So you don't waste any of the paper, and then you can add that pretty, um, you can pull that pretty rest of the design through onto this page right here. Just like that. Awesome. And then on the back is the one I'll put the other bottom piece. But I cut this one at 5 1/4 instead of, because I think it goes all the way to 6. So I did cut this one at a 5 1/4. On the back. That's usually how I do my landscape book folds. Just like that. Very nice. And there we go. Now let's do the, this is my extra piece because I messed up. All right, so there is a couple of fun sentiments. So I said sending you warmth your way, and then on this one I put in wishing you a season of cheer and a happy new year. So let's go ahead and do that. And like I said, I also put it on the back of my card as well. So I want to load those up onto my blocks. Okay, so let's put this one away. Sending you, and we want to use the season and Happy New Year. So again, I'm going to pull it down over here on my grid, make sure I've got it down, I've got it even. And then pick it up. Mm-hmm. So it's even up again. Okay, so I want it to be season of cheer. And then again, don't forget your, what did I moved it out of the way. What did I do with it? I feel like I've lost myself today. Here's the other half of my thing. Okay, your stamping mat. Like I had it right here. I don't know what I did with it. It's wild. Okay, so I'm going to stamp my season of cheer on my mat at the top of my card. Right there. And then on the inside, so when I did it on this other side, it looks really good when you do it a little bit over. So I'm actually going to put my wishing you season of cheer on the back. I want it to be more centered. So it's going to be a little off center on the back. That. Okay, let's clean it off. So I'm going to add the Happy New Year. Oh, and I stamped it without the thing, which is why the season didn't get as good. Okay. Go. And a Happy New Year. So now it's a little bit more centered, which I kind of like. And then on this one, let's see. Awesome. Very nice. Very nice. I love this bubble path. It is so pretty. It's really becoming one of my favorites. Okay. And then, so look, what did I do? I'm like moving them, setting them right down there. I lost, I don't know what the heck I did with those other ones. That's silly. Like, I'm just been one of those, I guess. One of those days where I'm like putting things around. You guys see that meme where being a crafter is like looking for your scissors that you had 2 minutes ago? It seems like some days it always seems that way, right? Pretty. Love. So pretty. And then we have it on the back. And then we need our, it's not finished until I have my logo. And again, I used the Stampin' Up! Logo that is in that Stamp with Love. It's in the annual catalog. Yay! else in the back. Awesome. Very lovely. Very lovely. Okay, so it's quite fun. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So this one I just have a little bit more space on this side. So the only difference between these two is where I cut the designer series paper. So just keep that in mind, depending if you want more tree or less tree, um, when you're cutting your designer series paper, like where, just look at it and see which side you can take off. But it is gorgeous anyway, because there's no wrong way. No wrong way. It's so pretty. Love, love, love. Awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget, you can, if you're a demonstrator and you haven't ordered this yet, it's so awesome. And this is the one horse open sleigh suite collection. So that's the bundle. And again, when you buy the collection or you buy the bundle, you do save that 10% by buying the stamp set and the dies at the same time. But when you buy the collection, it also comes with the designer series paper and these snowflake adhesive back snowflake assortment pack. But you can, of course, get them all separately, as well as order more of that fabulous designer series paper, which is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And it has more colors on the back. One thing I noticed was there's on I can't believe I lost it. Like, I looked everywhere for it. But anyway, you guys can order this starting July 6th, which is so exciting. Like, love, love, love. So pretty. And it's Christmas in July. I know, right? Okay, so there's also, for if you want more fun in the summer, our July paper pumpkin kit is in its subscription period now. And so you have until July 10th to get that one. And it has a tiered fun fold. It's those cards. I'm so excited. It's going to be super cute. And I love this really cute theme of fun in the sun. It's adorable. So you have until July 10th for that to get on and get your paper pumpkin. I just got my June paper pumpkin yesterday. So I did play with it a little bit last night. I'm really excited. And then, of course, we still have our designer series paper sale. It's going on now. So you can still get 15% off a select designer series paper. And that's like most of the non-specialty papers that are designer series papers that are in the annual catalog. Like all that beautiful Masterfully, oh my gosh, like a lot of them. You can find, I'll have the link to the PDF that shows which ones are on sale, 15% off, in the description of this video. So you can download or view that PDF. Plus, there will also be a link to get to the store that has its own. So if you pull down that, you can actually just see which fabulous designer series papers. And I think the only one that has gone in orderable is the online exclusive, that Irresistible Blooms paper, which is gorgeous, gorgeous. But there are so many beautiful. Like, I had to go on and get. See, we had that no shipping yesterday, so free shipping yesterday. So I had to get a couple of the packs, especially that really huge pack, which is a great deal to get the big one. Also, like I mentioned, demonstrators can pre-order, this fabulous horse. What is it called? One horse open sleigh bundle and suite. Now, if you're a demonstrator, well, if you're not a demonstrator and you'd love to get that, you can become a demonstrator very easily, and you can add this to your starter kit. Right now, Stampin' Up! Is doing a promotion that instead of the regular $125 that you get for $99 with product you can choose, you get $155, which is pretty awesome. Plus, there's free shipping, and of course, there's no obligation. You don't have to sell or do videos. All you can do is, just like a Costco membership, you just have to, to get your discount, you have to go, right? So your next, after when you get your starter kit and you enjoy those products, and of course you're going to want more, especially July 6th, there's going to be more out, and then you're going to be able to see, the end of July, we're going to get to see the new mini for the holiday, which is so exciting. So being a demonstrator there's always something fun going on. And then you can use your 20% discount to order product, which is awesome. So for me, when I ordered my 15% off designer series paper, I also got my 20% discount on top. So it's a great way if you've got a habit with paper crafting. Being a demonstrator is pretty awesome. And I, of course, would love to have you on my team. But if you have any questions or want to know more, I'll also have links in this in my video. You can find out more about that. But that is going on. That super $55, $155 of free of product you can choose for the $99 goes on until September. What is this? June 30th. So just till the end of the month, same as the designer series paper sale, which that's pretty awesome. Okay, so let's see. I think that is all. If you guys need anything, you can always use my host code. This is my June host code. And as always, when you order from me, I do send you a card that you can keep or share, as well as for when you spend $35 or more, you can get a free PDF from my Inspirations of Ink. And then when you spend $50 or more in my online store, I'll send you a free embellishment with your thank you card. So all those things stack together too. So you get lots of benefits when you buy Stampin' Up! Because Stampin' Up's got so much awesome stuff. And like I said, if you are like me and need to have it all, it's always a great time to join Stampin' Up! Be a demonstrator. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's I don't know why I'm having trouble with this. One horse open sleigh suite with a super cute card. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And I hope everyone's staying cool and safe. I know that we're some really bad weather in the middle of the country. So hopefully everyone's staying safe and cool. So, and get some time into crafts. Just have a great day. Bye. Happy crafting.